Okay. A man who eats all the time has nothing. A man who eats all the time has no food to eat. Horsey. There's something so rhythmic and almost soothing about just building fractals. That's why I'm making a second video, even though there's no real point. And if I do post another fractal building video, and in this one, it is going to be different from the last time. I plan on having, I guess, like just 2 hours of pure footage. The first hour is me building on this mega fractal, but the second is me building fractal cubes, which, if you know my last video, are the 7 by 7 by 7 cubes. That's one fractal mini cube. Yeah. Out of every block in the game, you can build a fractal with. And so for the last hour, I'm just gonna be doing this, but with random. Well, not random. I'm gonna go just in order, but still just blocks. But it's gonna be peak. As long as I can keep on talking nonsensically, then it'll be alright. Yeah. You know, if you have a dream in life, pursue it. If you don't have the money or resources, I don't care. Get the money or resources. Like, don't be a thief. Just essentially work harder than you've ever worked in your life. And if that still doesn't work, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I have my plans for when that inevitably happens. Yeah, I have my plans. Okay, so that's 2 out of 8 cubes for the first mega fractal. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. You know, is it like okay if I like, am I going to be okay if I like eat a debit card like a whole in one bite? Yeah. Will I be okay if I sell uranium rods, active uranium rods to everybody for like $200 per pound? You think, without permit or anything, you think I'll be alright? Let's hope. This is good, this is good. No, it's not. Wait. Okay. You know, a lot of people, school kids, they hate school and stuff. I think it's not that bad, because there's a lot of classes that are boring, there's a lot that are hard. Honestly, the good classes and like talking to your friends, they don't completely make up for that, but unless you have like a really bad school or bad classes or like no friends, it gets pretty darn close. Oh, so that's where you meet all the girls. Oh, I know why it looked wrong. Okay, yeah. Here we go. You know, what's your favorite tree? I don't know about you. Mine's maple. Maple trees are like low-key peak. They're low-key yummy. And I'm not talking about the sap. I'm talking about them. Never mind. We're not going to talk about eating trees. Because a man who eats all the time has no food to eat. And there's a truth to that you can't deny, because it's true. Well, why does this look like a malformed big toe, bro? Cyan is such a neat color. I don't know why. It has such an appeal to me. Something about the brightness and like vividness and almost neonness about it. I love it. But not cyan like, not this kind of cyan, although I love that too. Specifically the bright cyan. That's my favorite color, actually. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, we're one half of this part anyway. I'm hoping that I can get the whole mega fractal finished within the hour. Especially because the first piece of recording with the first cube is lost. Well, not lost. I recorded it freaking 7 minutes ago, but I had to end it because I had to go do something with my mom really quick. But I couldn't just afford to like have a big pause in the middle like in my last fractal bidding video. Yeah. But you know what sucks? There's this book series that I really like that I'm reading, but today I started reading the last book that I have in the series, and unless he's locked in, it's one of the last books in the series that's been wrote, because he simply hasn't had time to write more. Tennis Shoes among the Nephites, I love it. But okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nope. You know, this almost reminds me of a temple. Not like a Christian temple, but it's a temple of worship to an abstract lost god that never existed in the first place, but so be it. Like, this whole place, the whole point of the fractal, like, I guess, is to be confusing, and that works really well because of the nature of fractals. Eventually, I'm hoping for this mega fractal to be like beyond a mega fractal, a mega fractal. So essentially, imagine one of these is one fractal cube. So imagine one of these equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I'm wasting time, I don't really care. Just build, yo. Imagine you're you're listening to this video because it says, "Oh, relaxing video. I'm trying to relax," and then you just hear, "Just build, yo." 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, very relaxing, I'd imagine. Just like how blackjack with actual stuff on the line is relaxing. Bro, I love blackjack. Specifically, I love winning. I won the best Uno card of all time. That by winning blackjack. Okay. So, if one of these was one of these, then this is a mini cube. This is one fractal cube. So, essentially one of those. So, you know, if... Ugh, holy crud. I think that's like 64. Yeah, 64. This is a mega fractal. So imagine a mega fractal. And now to represent a mega fractal, imagine as this as one mega fractal now. So another mega fractal, another mega fractal, another mega fractal. Yet even more mega fractals. So this one that's made of 8 mega fractals, that'd be a mega fractal, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Anyways, let me get back to actually doing this. I'm sorry. Man, my little sister's so cute. She's annoying, but especially when she's performing for somebody, specifically a stranger, she's really cute. But then when she's at home, she's a little devil. That's alright. Hey. We're so close to getting through the first half of this mega fractal. Honestly, with the time, I think I have an actual chance of, if I absolutely lock in, I might actually be able to finish this mega fractal within the hour, which is a good sign for the future. Very good. Really, my biggest problem. Okay, there we go. Really, my biggest problem is not having anything to talk about. And the point of these videos isn't for you to just look at me building fractals. It's for you to listen to me rambling about stuff. Just in a way that just a voice that's just saying random stuff. I don't know, just helps you wind down, you know. So I feel like without me talking, that's gonna be like extremely boring and not relaxing. I guess if it's extremely boring, you can still fall asleep to it. You know, I can't hear the rain very well, and I imagine that y'all can't either. But I wish that both of us could, because if we could, then this video would just be so much more relaxing. Okay, here we go. Fractals, 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 fractals. Inside my brain, all I can think about is fractals, which is why I can't think of stuff to ramble about. Oh, finally. It's late enough for my voice to be doing this. And I don't care if it hurts my voice. I have spring break to recover it before choir. Honestly, I don't think that sounds very relaxing. So I'm going to try to not do that, even though I'm going to try to keep my voice deeper in a deep monotone. I don't know. Ooh, here we go. Oh my gosh, can Jinxie be quiet? This is supposed to be relaxing, bro. Not Jinxie shouting. If that's what y'all wanted to hear, that's what y'all would look up. Oh my gosh, bro. Is that a inconsistency? That's what I thought. Well, we're getting somewhat close to finishing the first half of the Mega Fractal. You know, I'm absolutely locked in now. Doesn't mean I'm not going to talk. Because I'm already not talking because I just can't think of something to talk about. You know, dinosaurs. I'm a super dinosaur nerd. How can I not talk about dinosaurs? So, the very earliest that we can assume there was a dinosaur, you know, like mid-Triassic period, like late mid too. I don't know, around 250-ish million years ago, where our earliest dinosaurs like Eoraptor. Oh, what was the other one that meant Dawn? Because Eoraptor is Dawn Thief. For sure, that means Dawn Runner. Yeah, something. I forgot. That's alright. Our earliest dinosaurs had, you know, properties of both, like, Ceruleans and Ornithischians. Just like sauropods. So, not very much for sauropods, but still. Early dinosaurs are actually quite interesting because there's so much of everything. They didn't really specialize in anything, and that's why the early dinosaurs kind of model of being good at everything, but not great at something. That's why they all died out, because without some specializations to give you an advantage, even if you're just good, average, and everything, ultimately you're gonna get passed, even if people are worse in some subjects than you. So eventually they evolved into highly specialized, quite interesting creatures. It's really not surprising that there were some dinosaurs that lived from the extinction event and evolved. It's really not very surprising. With how specialized some of them were, even if it wasn't for specifically freaking nuclear fallout. Well, no, not nuclear. Freaking, yeah, fallout, I guess. Adaptation still helped them. Like dinosaurs like Troodon or Troodon. I'm gonna call it Troodon. I always have. I don't care. Dinosaurs like Troodon, like they were a good potential candidate for a dinosaur who like survived the extinction event and evolved into birds. Okay, that's the first half of the Mega Fractal done. Let's just get a good look at this bad boy. And it's taken about 30 minutes, so yeah. And that's including the other half, the other bit of the recording. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Here we go. Yeah, once I finish this Mega Fractal, that's when I'm gonna get back. That's when I'm gonna build a mini fractal. That's when I'm gonna start building a mini fractal out of every block. Oh, it's a little chick. Okay, now we have one mini fractal. Okay. Oh, horsey. Bro, school, I don't even know what school is. Because, like, despite what I said earlier, I really don't know about school, man. Like, obviously, I go there, but, like, I don't know. It's actually quite interesting. People hate it, people love it. People wish it never existed. Some people probably wish that they have more school. Oh, I need to build one more layer. But school lunches, universally dissed, man. And sometimes it's not even bad, but like, sometimes. Sometimes it's, puke rending, I guess. Yeah, let's just say that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey, build. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know, if I was sent to your average, ordinary prison, I may be, like, young. I could escape. Now, I'm not going to attempt to prove it, because I don't want to go to jail. But if I was sent there, I'd escape, yeah. I would try to, and I would probably succeed. Because I have... Obviously, it's kind of difficult to tell. I guess, like, at this age when my brain isn't fully developed. But I have a pretty high IQ. At least that's what's been quote unquote theorized. Theorized isn't even a very good word, it's just the best one. Here we go. Oh. Blue. I don't know why I said that. Well, yeah, I do. No, I don't. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Oh. Spring break, man. You know, when I graduate high school, I'm literally gonna miss school. Because that's when life gets serious. Because, like, life's gonna get, like, 15 times harder once I graduate. That's when I have to do life for myself. Essentially, every difficulty of life, well, average one, you know, not like special cases, I'll have to face probably on my own with little to no help. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that for a few more years. Right now, I can afford to sit here for hours and just build fractals. And that's good, because that's what I'm going to do anyways. I'm low-key hungry, but I'm not going to eat. It's like, I don't even know what time it is, but I'm not going to check. Time is relative. Time is undefined. Time is inexplicable. Time is fluid. You can't really understand it. You know, I don't know if this is like weird or not, but I feel like I have a very good understanding of the fourth dimension. Like, I can't explain it in words, but like, in my brain, I can't picture it perfectly because, like, I'm a three-dimensional being. I literally cannot, but I feel like I kind of just understand it in a way. in a way that I can't put into words for whatever reason. You know what? No, I can comprehend it, and I can almost envision it, but, you know, because ultimately we are three-dimensional beings. You really just can't truly describe it in a good way, and I can't really describe it in the way that I almost see it. It's quite weird. Like, alright, this is the first cube. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Why stop? Well, okay, yes, I'm stopping at the fourth dimension. I can't comprehend anything beyond that. But, like, why not use that to my advantage? If I can understand the fourth dimension, it can help me understand the third in a much more fluid way. Much more complicated, maybe. But if I can understand that, then maybe other mysteries of nature and life. Patterns that our eyes have never noticed, that we've taken for granted so much that we just assume like they're never going away. We don't see them because they are our entire vision. Like something that you're so used to that like has become part of your norm, you don't really notice anymore. That's how these patterns would be. And even if we wanted to notice them, we don't know what we're looking for. Even if you're looking your very hardest, you might never understand that. You might never find or understand these patterns because you don't understand life beyond them. The fourth dimension. And that's quite interesting to think about. And I think when I late at night, after I've had another profound session of trying to understand the fourth dimension, maybe then I can help. It'll help me reveal to myself these patterns of nature, of life, of everything that we've never noticed because they are our everything. They just are. They aren't anything, really, other than there, and yeah, just a normal, just reality. And we can't look at life from a larger view. So, but after, a session of trying to understand the fourth dimension better, maybe I can unlock a point where I understand it better than maybe anybody has ever before. And that might help reveal the most simple and obvious of whatever these patterns may be. Or maybe not. Still, they have to exist. And so maybe y'all probably don't understand how the fourth dimension could tie to us finding those. But I understand it. And if y'all can't, that's because you just don't have that much of a good understanding of the fourth dimension. Well, no three-dimensional being can ever have a truly good understanding of the fourth dimension. We are three-dimensional beings. Our brains physically, literally cannot comprehend it. But we can comprehend its existence. and we can work from there to get as close as literally possible in this universe. Exactly, yeah. But what if there are no patterns in this life? So complex, so ingrained into... I need to make a new word for what I'm trying to describe. So essentially the definition of like our reality is so part of our lives that if it were taken away, we would notice its absence, but we wouldn't be able to place what it ever was in the first place. And I'm going to call that oblixion. An oblixion, a pattern that's so much of our lives that if it was gone, we would notice its absence, but we wouldn't know what the absence is of. We would never be able to figure out what the actions is actually of, like what is missing. We just know that something's missing. So that's what an oblixion is. An oblixion is something that is less taken for granted for, I guess, in the fourth dimension. What beings of the fourth dimension or something like that. Maybe it's because I'm ADHD. My brain is different, and that's why I can almost comprehend it. Oh, I gotta stop being philosophical. Can we be a little bit quieter, please? Okay, good night, love you. Yeah, I can finally talk about mind-bending topics again. But now that I've started talking about these oblixions, I can't really stop now. Like, I really want to find them. And I'm actually getting pretty deep into, like, fourth dimension stuff right now. And so now, while my physical body is doing something so monotonous, I could essentially do it without even thinking about it. That's essentially the second best time. That's the second best thing for my physical body to be doing for me to be able to discover an oblixion. Of course, the only other one is it's not doing anything with your body, being in an environment where there's essentially no stimuli at all. Absolutely none. Where your mind needs to be like really deep into this like fourth dimension stuff. And I don't know why I feel like the fourth dimension has a tie to these oblixions. Like, first of all, I'm assuming that oblixions do exist, and if they do, that the fourth dimension could help me uncover them or something like that. That the fourth dimension is even tied to these oblixions. I don't know why I'm assuming that, but I just have this strong feeling. Oblixions do exist, and the fourth dimension does have something to do with them. But the reason that I can get so close to almost comprehending the fourth dimension is because it's the one right after ours. The fifth dimension, that's just it's too far. My brain cannot get anywhere near there. As much as I would like it, even though I am very imaginative, I have a very powerful brain. I'm highly curious, and it kind of almost has a knack, I guess, for trying to almost being able to comprehend things our mind physically cannot, but can get somewhat close to. I'd say I almost have a knack for it. Not one that I physically realize. Wait a minute, I might have just discovered my first oblixion. It is tied to the fourth dimension. Just thinking about it will help you discover this oblixion. Is it really that simple? I feel like I just discovered something. But this one only applies to me and other certain people. Something that was so useful. Actually, it makes perfect sense. Something to do with our brains, how it works. We take that for granted. And if that were taken away, obviously we couldn't think about. We wouldn't know the absence, because like our brain be able to comprehend things. Am I on to something? Did I genuinely like just discover an oblixion? I feel like it's not perfect, but this could actually like. But that's more of the taken for granted definition of an oblixion. So, you know what, that an oblixion and oblixion. Oblixion is the more taken for granted definition of an oblixion. I guess. So that's an oblixion. But that's still insane. I've discovered an oblixion. And it makes perfect sense that it wasn't just life, it was something more complex for a more complex figure. Me. It makes sense. How my very first oblixion would be of my own brain, being able to comprehend fourth dimension and like these oblixions. It actually makes sense to me. That just clicks. I think I genuinely just discovered an oblixion. I really hope y'all can hear me. Like, even though my mic is on, I really hope y'all can hear me. Because if not, I just had the most mind-breaking discovery in my entire life. And really, nobody would know. Night is my thinking time. But I feel like oblixions would be so much harder to discover. Just something that you'd know that it was missing, but you didn't know exactly what is missing. So that's you discovering the what is portion of that. That's why oblixions would be like much harder. defined than oblixions, because oblixions are more, they have, you know, some ties to the fourth dimension, but they're more rooted in the third. Whereas oblixions, without the fourth dimension, it's essentially impossible to discover it. That's actually insane. I discovered an oblixion just by talking about them. And now that you've heard me say that, you can probably say, wait, that's right, I've discovered, no, it doesn't apply to you like that. You have to truly find it. I've realized that, hey, me being able to make, like, almost comprehend that in itself is an oblixion. I've never really thought about it. It's something that's so natural, so part of me that I never questioned it. Or anything like that. I guess I took it for granted doesn't do it justice, because that's not exactly what it is, but it's fine. Wow, I'm finishing this Mega Fractal a lot faster than I thought I would. Maybe building the fractal's actually helping me. Either way, this is so cool to think about, and I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. So as long as the audio works right, all of y'all get to hear this. The y'all being like 5 people, but still. The funny part is, if like in a conversation with anybody, if I tried to just describe this to them without me going through the process in this video, I don't think they'd understand truly. They'd say, wait, I understand. They would think that they understand, but they don't. Even if you're watching this video and you say, wait, I think I understand. I don't. I think your mind, even for oblixions, your mind has to be different to discover them. That's the very first, the easiest of the oblixions to discover, that you can comprehend them. And you think, oh, maybe I can almost comprehend them. You think that you're almost comprehending, but you're a lot further than you really are. For most of y'all, I can probably promise that. And you're probably saying, well, what if that's the same case for you? But what the frick? I know that that's not true. I don't know that, but I'm very confident that that is not true. Okay, we have finished our very first Mega Fractal. Top 10 peak moments. Whoa, this is so freaking cool. It's almost everywhere you look, it's just this eternally. And so the more I build on this, the better this effect gets. Yes. So no matter how much you walk, it's always the same. Okay, now this is the quote-unquote fun part. Okay, let's do some settings. Friendly fire circle. No. No. No! No. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Now let's... So, obviously, the fractals are going to continue that way. So, the mini fractals are going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that looks almost good in a way. But I think that now that I've been talking about it for too long, I think that if I try to keep on talking about it, I'm probably going to lose understanding until my mind is back in that state. But I don't care. I want to be there. Yeah, for some reason, your mind at certain times, it's able to think deeper. In the state that my mind is right now, that it wasn't in like 5 seconds ago, I don't know if I could have discovered that oblixion. But we're gonna keep on going. You know what? My ultimate goal, now I've just decided, is to is to discover an oblixion, not an oblixion. And when I do that, I can finally be truly satisfied. Which probably means I'm gonna have to... lucid dreaming is probably my best bet. Because that's gonna be the best way that you can truly discover the limits of your minds. Even in a weird way, I guess. Each fractal is going to be, each mini fractal is going to be 1 block apart. So hopefully it's going to be like a very trippy effect. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully, you know, for a very trippy effect. Just rows of them going on eternally. Obviously it's not going to be eternal because it's not infinite blocks. And I don't plan on having any repeats either, because, like, just no. You know, but I know that that oblixion that I discovered, that's the easiest of them all to discover. That you can discover them, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely the easiest. But hey, even without anybody helping me, without like this video talk about all that stuff to help me, I did that by myself with my own comprehension. That's very impressive. And hopefully I can do it again. Hopefully there will be a time where not only can I discover oblixions, I can discover oblixions too. I don't even know what they'd be because I'm not at that brain point yet. I literally don't know what they'd be like because they're such a part of my life. The whole definition of oblixion is that, like, you can't really define them like that. Because they have to do with a different dimension. They are something that our brains can't comprehend. We can't comprehend the definition. Oh my gosh. So, if I can't, maybe it's because I don't know enough words. If I never discover an oblixion, no, I don't care. I will get as close as I can to being able to comprehend the 4th dimension. And even the easiest of the oblixions, surely I can just discover the easiest. So, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. My brain, I think my mind is a slightly more comprehending spot now because I'm doing a little bit better now. That was scary. I couldn't even comprehend an oblixion anymore. That was really scary. It's okay, 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 it's okay. You're fine. It's alright, you're doing better now, you're doing better. Is this breaking my mind? Because I've been testing the limits too much? Am I getting too close? Am I getting too close to discovering, to comprehending things that our brains literally cannot comprehend? Am I getting too close? Too bad, I'm gonna get closer. What if I go mentally? I don't care. Have breakthroughs I cannot describe in any way. I think I'm a very lucky person who has the rare ability to almost comprehend things like the 4th dimension. The problem is, we can't... Like, what I had to do, I had to make an entirely new word, oblixion, to describe what I was talking about. And then I had to make a new word for that, to show that there are 2 different kinds. Like, there may be even more kinds of oblixions, or oblixions. Maybe even, holy stutter, more like subdivisions. that's just crazy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's, I guess that's the funny thing about people like us, like me. You can never fully describe what we can comprehend to the fullness of our comprehension. We can't. We can try, but it's just, we don't have words that can truly describe, like, we don't have words that can truly describe the fourth dimension. We don't even have words that can truly describe how some very special people like me and, other people, we don't even have words, good, truly fitting words for how we can comprehend it, or almost comprehend it. So I have to go on and make one with a measly definition where I know exactly what it'll mean, but I can't put the idea to words. Because I just can't. And y'all, unless you're one of those very special people, I'm just gonna call us comprehenders, because we can get very close to comprehending things that are literally impossible to comprehend. We can get very close. Well, actually, I don't know how close we are, but yeah, I'm just gonna call us comprehenders. And I have a feeling that people who've gone mentally insane, their minds broken, they are probably better at comprehending that than us comprehenders are. Because their mind is already broken. And so, like it just seems obvious to me that their mind's already broken, so why? Did the delay in ticks fail me, my brother? Do I need to set it to 150? Yeah, I'm gonna set it to 150. Where's it gonna block? Oh, it's 500. Yeah, we're 350. It just makes so much sense to me that people who have gone mentally insane would be able to comprehend that kind of stuff better than us. It's like, their mind is already broken, which is the same thing that would happen if, like say people, like fourth dimensional beings who comprehend the fourth dimension, they kind of like downloaded that comprehension into our brains. It'd break our brains. So if their brains and minds are already destroyed, why wouldn't they be able to? It's the same thing. Their brains should... It just makes sense to me, okay? It makes a lot of sense to me. Well, how do I keep on... But... yeah. That doesn't mean that I want to make myself go mentally insane so I could comprehend these things. Nuh-uh, not at all. That is not what I'm saying. But whatever. I digress. Oblixions. In the morning, when my brain is just not at its full, deep thinking capacity like it is right now. Oh, I think it is. I don't know if it's at full capacity yet. In the morning, when I'm not even gonna be able to comprehend these things at all, I'm gonna be like, yeah, what the frick am I talking about? But right now, I can understand it. because my brain is very special. It's very powerful. I feel like no. It's so funny that if I ever do discover a true oblixion, I will never be able to describe it. Because unless there were more special, more... what's the word I'm thinking of? The one that I've been saying a lot that I called us because we could... comprehenders. If a comprehender knew what I was talking about, the feeling, because they felt it too, they would know exactly what I mean when I say, you know, like oblixion and stuff, in like whatever words we can make up. But normal people, they just can't. So it's almost like a code language that only comprehenders can truly speak. And it's only limited with very it's very limited because it's just only things that normal humans can't even begin to comprehend. Yeah. Lucky, if you're a comprehender and you know that you're a comprehender, like, bro, hit me up with the Discord, bro. Just give me a Discord. And then we can talk about it, and I guess I can see if you're truly a comprehender, although I don't know how I'm gonna be able to truly test that, because I haven't honed my abilities, so to say. And there's hardly people who think that they are, but like I think there's like this video about, like, there's a kid who like tried his best to describe the fourth dimension. I think he'd be a comprehender. People like him. Actually, I think I know exactly how I would see if you're truly a comprehender. But I feel like it could be flawed because it could be cheated, but eventually it would become very apparent if whether or not you're truly a comprehender. Hey, I'm trying to build fractals. Thank you for not making me choose violence. And then I don't know if I'm like a powerful comprehender or not, so I haven't met any others. I only knew that example because I saw in a freaking YouTube video. So I don't actually know if that kid's a true comprehender or if he was using very, like, I don't actually even know. I'm just hoping that he's a comprehender. But I wish that there was a way that we could all just know if we were a comprehender or not, so we could like gather and talk about things that literally other humans physically cannot comprehend. But we can't either, but we can get hella close. I'm so glad I made this fractal building video, because if I hadn't, I would not have engaged my brain this much, and I wouldn't have discovered everything I have. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I really hope that it just comes past that some preferably powerful comprehenders watch this video. They're like, yo, I have a Discord. Let me give it to them. I really hope that'll happen. I'm a small YouTuber, it's probably not. That's alright. But if that did happen, that'd be a miracle, a blessing. Like, imagine multiple well, not even powerful, because if you are a comprehender, even a weak one, you're still more powerful than somebody who's not a comprehender. You know? Like, imagine there was a bunch of comprehenders and I could just make a big poll on group chat on Discord with them. Like, that'd be amazing. And we could have almost like meets that we can think of, like, you know, concepts that we can't truly put the words, but we all know what concepts we're talking about, and we can make words for that. That'd be brilliant, but unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. But it's okay. It's fine. No, it's not. I don't want it to happen. Like, really badly, but it's not. But it's probably not going to. And of course, although if you are a comprehender, but you're just dormant, so you have the brain power, but you don't know that you do. Hopefully, watching this video will be like, hey, and think about it, like, wait a minute, I think I can almost comprehend that too. So hopefully, if you are a comprehender, but you're just dormant, hopefully this will like activate your abilities, I guess. Well, I feel like I'm talking about some superhero type stuff, but like still, it makes sense to me. But even talking about it could help you like discover that oblixion. You know what? I'm gonna give it an official name. What's this name gonna be? The Great Oblixion. Yes, that's what it's gonna be called. So I'm hoping that this video will help you to discover the Great Oblixion for yourself. Just one more block. I need a new word because discover just doesn't fit right either, but you know, no, it's not really a concept that we can't comprehend. Finds. You know what? Discover it's fine. It's actually, you know, yeah, discover the Great Oblixion. I really hope that this video somehow finds some comprehenders in Discord. But again, it's probably not going to happen, but still. It could happen. Imagine my mic was like so horrible this entire time that you just have no idea what I'm talking about. It sucked. Like, it's just too quiet or something like that. It would suck too. Look at that mega fractal. There's gotta be a way to train this strange comprehending ability of mine, and I think the only way you could do that is exercise it. But I don't want to think about the fourth dimension every night. I want to think about grinding Hypershot. Hem. Right? No? $150s. There we go. But Maybe I should just stick to this. Maybe building fractals every night will help me to train and hone my comprehending ability, and also hone my ability to put it into words that humans can understand. Maybe, just maybe. That, I mean, you know, non-comprehenders, which I'm gonna call normies. No, I need a good nickname for the people who aren't comprehenders. An oblixious. An oblixious because they're never going to discover an oblixion or an oblixion for themselves. Which, it almost sounds tough. Almost. So yeah, we have comprehenders and we have oblixiouses. Yeah, but I mean, if I want to be able to, you know, train my comprehending ability and my word and my ability to put it into terms that oblixiouses can understand, I think I'm gonna have to do this. But you know what? That's alright. I gotta stick with it. I gotta have determination and the will to do this. Genuine meditation might actually help me, now I think about it. Like retreating into my mind to discover its capabilities. The funny, I don't know if this is because I'm a weaker comprehender or not, but sometimes I am an oblixious. Sometimes well, I don't know. Those times it's just I'm not thinking about it, so I don't actually know. But yeah, that might mean that I'm actually a weaker comprehender. Not even a weaker, just a weak comprehender. And that's why sometimes I slip into being oblixious. It's okay as long as I hone my abilities to the point where eventually I'm no longer ever an oblixious. It should be alright. Midnight. Yep. That's alright. Late night is my thinking time. The prime time for comprehending. You know, I don't feel like ending it yet. But what more do I even have to say about comprehending stuff? Exactly. Look at this beautiful mega fractal. All because of my dedication. Maybe I should discover ways that I can, like, understand myself better. Understand my mind better. So I can become a better comprehender. And it's like essentially anything human or humans, we have limits. So there's probably going to be a point where I can't get any better at comprehending. And that's just how it is. There's bound to be someone better than comprehending better at comprehending than me. Because that's just the way that it is. People who have been specialized to this kind of stuff, genetically, maybe, you know, like actually, but people that just happen to be able to, you know, happen to be able to do it better than me. What does this mean for me? Now that I've been thinking about this, now that I know that I am a comprehender. This is not what I thought I'd be talking about at midnight on a random Friday night. But I'm glad that this is what I'm talking about. This is good. The first time that I've just really truly thought about the fact that I am a comprehender. I discovered an oblixion. Oblixion. No, oblixion. I've discovered the great oblixion. But really the best way to tell if you're a comprehender is, like, by my definition of oblixion, like, you can tell what I'm trying to say, but you know, that's not like a perfect definition that like, it doesn't fit the term right, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you understand that better. Not in the sense understand it better, but you understand it better than my words. That's how you know that you're a comprehender. Because you, in your head, you understand it. You just can't, you know, get a good definition for it. But if you can understand what I'm talking about, not just the definitions, you know what I'm really trying to convey, then you're probably a comprehender. If you struggle to find a better definition that suits it better, if you truly struggle, not just say, yeah, it means what that guy said, what I said. If you're not going off of the definition that I gave for oblixion, and you know that, like, there's a better definition for it, but you just can't find the words for it, but you know exactly what, again, I'm repeating what I said, but, like, you know exactly what I'm trying to convey, yeah, like, you've got to be a comprehender. And we can test that to make sure you're truly a comprehender and not an advanced oblivionless. I suppose there could be, like, advanced oblixialists too, that they specifically, if it's enough to think that you are a comprehender, you think that you have an above average understanding, then there's a chance you might just be an advanced oblixialist, but that doesn't make you a comprehender, because ultimately oblixialists can never get as close. Well, I mean, like, in any period of time, for that specific period of time, no oblixialist will truly get close to being able to comprehend on the level of comprehenders. Of course, there might be time like with the geometry dash skill limit, something like that, where things that now only comprehenders can comprehend, that in the future, even oblixioluses could comprehend in the future, that the stuff that us comprehenders now can comprehend. That doesn't mean that they're comprehenders. The limit has, rows. So just because if you're an oblixiolus, you can comprehend things that once only comprehenders could comprehend. I'm saying comprehend too much, but it's fine. Things that only... I need to find a different name for them. Comprehenders. Whatever. Things that only comprehenders could... You know what? Comprehenders or understanders? Comprehenders, yeah. You gonna give me rain or not? It's fine, honestly. This video isn't as much about relaxing now listening to oblixioluses, stuff like that. Well, learning about them. Can I have some rain, please? It's because I'm not close enough. It's gotta be. Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, the limit could rise. And so, I guess as advanced oblixioluses can understand the things that us comprehenders now can comprehend. Well, why don't I just make a new word for that? It means the same exact thing as comprehend, but it's just that, so we don't have to say comprehenders comprehend things that only comprehenders can comprehend. Oblixiolate. Sure, bro, oblixiolate. Exactly, yeah. Comprehenders can oblixiolate things. It means the exact same thing as comprehend, it's just saying it differently so we don't have to say comprehenders comprehend things that comprehenders only can comprehend. So now we have oblixion, oblixion, oblixiolus, and oblixiate. But it's fine. Because instead of everything revolving around the fourth dimension, like at first I thought, it looks like everything is revolving around these oblixions and oblixions. Although obviously more so the oblixions. But whatever. Or should we be called oblixiators? We have oblixioluses and oblixiolate. Oh yeah, oblixiator. Oblixiator. No, oblixiator. We have oblixiate. No, comprehender still. I don't know. You know what? Yes, oblixiators are the same things as comprehenders. There's fancy names. No. Yeah. Oblixiators are the same exact thing as comprehenders, just a fancy sounding name. And oblixiating is the exact same thing as comprehending, it's just a fancier name. And also, to say, so you're not constantly repeating the same word. Yeah. But ultimately, as far as even the most advanced comprehenders might be able to get, you'll never, until we pass on to the afterlife, we will never be able to truly, actually comprehend fourth dimension, or I guess even oblixions. And that's just crazy. But us comprehenders are so very special and very powerful people. Ones to be reckoned with. Although their power isn't physical, or they might not even, they don't even have to be smart. But powerful brains that can oblixiate, that can comprehend more. Okay, so oblixiate can only be used in certain circumstances. Like, I don't know, oblixiate is not a verb, but it's gonna have to deal with oblixiators and comprehenders and comprehend. Oblixiate, that's not a verb, it's not a word. But yeah, like, you can be dumb and still be a very powerful comprehender. Please, out. I'm trying to build. After I finish this row, I think I'm gonna end the video because I've talked enough. I really don't have anything else to say about, you know, this whole thing about comprehenders and fourth dimension and stuff. That's why I've been repeating myself. So after I finish this row, I'm gonna end the video and just leave you with everything I've talked about. And please, if you truly believe that you are a comprehender, or you might be one, just like, give me your Discord and I'll hit you up so we can talk about it. And if you truly are a comprehender, well, things are going to get very fun. Of course, the chances of a comprehender making it all the way here without sleeping and deciding, yeah, sure, I want to do that. All those chances are very low, but not zero. So yeah, if you think that you have that ability, please do. I want to just know, even not even know in real life, just know as many as I can, so we can start almost, I guess, a society of sorts. But comprehenders, they can't just have an above average understanding of like the fourth dimension stuff. They need to have like, it's like, it's beyond. It's like if you were in school and, you know, average was a C, so your average oblixilis, an advanced oblixilis would be like a B plus or an A. You'd think that a comprehender would be like an A plus, but no, a comprehender would be an S plus. Not even in the school grading system. That's what you need to be a comprehender. The weakest of comprehenders might be an S minus. But if you're an A or below, you're an oblixilis. Plain and simple. Now, simply because I can slip from being a comprehender to an oblixilis, I'm probably an S minus. But I want to work on that. I want to be S++, bro. But based on just purely I'm human and I have limits, I'm probably never ever gonna get to S++. I'll be lucky if I even manage. Well, no. So S minus is, of course, this is still a metaphor. These aren't like actual like terms for it. But an S minus is, at times you're a comprehender, but sometimes you slip into being an oblixilis. And if you are an S minus, then you need to work on that. You need to work on essentially being able to comprehend that kind of stuff on demand, I guess. because ultimately, if you're like, if we ever need a comprehender, like, we can't afford for there just for you to be in a Blix list when we need it. So, like, yeah, if you're an SMIC, you need to work on that, which is why I'm going to work on it. But the fact that, I have a way that I can essentially guarantee it, which is essentially, building fractals, I think I'm still somewhat close to being an S. So essentially, alright, we're gonna explore all these. Okay, mega fractal. Oh, how cool! And the bigger it is, the better the effect will be of it going on for all eternity. I'm too good at parkour to fall. Wait, hold up. No, yes I can. Yes I can. Anyways, bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I did not break your minds.